Hello sports fans, it is Thursday, June the 5th, year 2014, and as always, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Great to be back with you guys. Let's start in the NHL, where last night in Los Angeles, the LA Kings beat the New York Rangers 3-2 in overtime in Game 1 of the NHL Finals. The Kings take a 1-0 series lead, and as usual, the theme of the NHL playoffs, the Kings keep coming back. Whether they're down 3-0 in a series, whether they're down 3-2 in a series, whether they're down 2-0 in a game, the Kings keep coming back. How resilient have they been? Again last night, they fall behind 2-0. They end up winning the game. Rangers got off to a great start in this game. They're up 2-0. They look like the faster team. Kings look like they have a hangover from the long series with the Blackhawks. You're thinking maybe the Rangers have a shot to steal Game 1 here. Then things start to change at the end of the first period. With about 3 minutes to go in the first period, the Rangers had a terrible turnover in their zone. The Rangers tried to go through the middle of the ice when they should have cleared the puck up the boards. Just get the puck out of the zone at that point. You're up 2-0. Rangers try and get cute there. They try and go through the middle of the ice. Kings pick it off. Clifford gets the goal, his first goal since December. That makes it 2-1. And from there, you kind of had the feeling the Kings had stabilized the game. You kind of had the feeling the Rangers let the Kings off the hook right then and there. Still, after the first period, it's 2-1 Rangers. We go to the second. Doughty has a tremendous goal for the Kings. Beautiful move between his legs. Beats Lundqvist, makes it 2-2. 2-2, anyone's game after the second period, but starting to tilt LA's way. Then the third period, all Kings. They outshoot the Rangers 20-3. Rangers don't get a shot for about 12 minutes in the period. When have you watched an NHL game where a team has no shots on net in like 12 minutes? And the Kings totally dominating the game, but they can't beat Lundqvist. Lundqvist is standing on his head. Nothing gets by him, and he's keeping the Rangers in the game. So it's 2-2. We go to overtime. In overtime, Girardi for the Rangers has an awful turnover. Tries to clear the puck while he's on his knees. Gives it away. Goes right to Williams. Williams one-on-one with Lundqvist. Beats Lundqvist. Lundqvist no shot. And the Kings do it again. They win 3-2 in overtime. What a job by the Kings coming back again. And I'll tell you, if you're a Ranger and their fans, you have to feel like you kind of let one slip away here. You had the Kings down early 2-0. I mean, they kind of looked a little flat, looked a little tired. The crowd was dead, by the way. By the way, if you parachuted into the Staples Center last night and you didn't know where you were, you would have no idea it was the Stanley Cup Finals. That's how quiet the crowd was for much of this game. Now, I know it was an early start out there. It was 5 o'clock. Let's face it. LA is not a hockey hotbed. I mean, all the seats were filled, but they don't have rabid fans like they do in Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia. The list goes on and on. The LA is more of a Laker town, you know, a Dodger town. Lately they get into the Clippers. They're not a rabid hockey town, and they were very quiet last night. But you kind of had the feeling, if you're a Ranger fan, you kind of let the Kings off the hook, that this was the game you might have been able to steal. Now there's 3 days off till the next game, Saturday, which I hate, by the way. I cannot stand that the NHL and the NBA does this. And I know it's for ratings and TV, but you play Game 1 on Wednesday, then you got to wait till Saturday to Game 2, and you don't even change cities. The NBA is doing the same thing. Game 1 tonight, Thursday, and then they don't play till Sunday. Can't stand that. I think the Kings are going to be better in Game 2. I thought the chance to get a game was last night, so the Rangers have to feel like they let one get away. Still, all things considered, hey, the Rangers lost in overtime. It wasn't like they lost 6-0. The Rangers had their chance too, even in the third period. As much as they were dominated, they got outshot 20-3, they had a couple chances at the end of the game, but Quick made some nice saves. And that's another thing. I was thinking about this last night. The Rangers' best player is Lundqvist, make no mistake about it. And the Rangers in net had a huge advantage in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs with Lundqvist in net. Lundqvist was much better than both flyer goalies they trotted out there. Lundqvist is better than the shaky Fleury for the Penguins. And remember, Price got hurt for Montreal in the last series. Price is a good goalie, so the backup had to come in. So Lundqvist had a huge advantage there. In this series, going up against Quick, Lundqvist and Quick kind of cancel each other out. They're both fabulous goalies. I mean, I love both of them. They kind of cancel each other out. So the Rangers' big advantage in net that they had the first 3 rounds, they don't have in this round. And make no mistake about it, the Kings are the favorite in this series. They have home ice. They won Game 1. They won the Cup 2 years ago. They've come back from the dead a million times. It's going to take a monumental performance for the Rangers to win this series. But hey, they can do it. Remember, the Kings have not swept away the whole competition this playoffs. They've gone to 7 games in each of the first 3 rounds. So by no means does this mean the Rangers are out. But you just have the feeling when you watched that third period last night that the Kings were the better team. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if the Rangers can get Game 2 and get some drama going in this series. But I'll tell you, I just had a feeling the Rangers let the Kings off the hook last night when they were up 2-0. Great job by the Kings coming back, though. So much resiliency. How many times have they been down in these playoffs by multiple games, by multiple goals, and they keep coming back? I mean, not easy to do what they're doing. So tremendous job by the Kings. Still, we'll see what happens Game 2. The Rangers can win Game 2 and turn this whole thing around and grab home ice. So Game 2, very big swing game, as all these games are. They're all 2-game swings, really. I mean, they're all 2-game swings. So we'll see what happens on Saturday night. As far as the NBA starts tonight in San Antonio. Should be a great series. Miami and San Antonio, the rematch from last year. San Antonio was a hair away from winning that series last year. Couldn't get a rebound. Let Miami totally off the deck in Game 6 when the fans in Miami were filing out. They thought the series was over. Miami steals that game, then wins Game 7. This series can go either way. If you like Miami, I couldn't argue with you. If you like San Antonio, I couldn't argue with you. San Antonio does have home court this year. That could be the difference. I mean, that could be the difference. Like I said, they play Thursday and Sunday. That drives me crazy, but we have to deal with it. As far as what else to watch over the weekend, we have the big Belmont coming up this weekend on Saturday. We'll see if California Chrome can win the Triple Crown. First Triple Crown winner since the 70s. We'll see if he can get it done. I'll be rooting for him. I just have a feeling he's not going to do it. I just have a bad feeling he's not going to do it. Should be a huge crowd out there in Belmont. It's not the greatest field of horses this year, you know, in the Triple Crown races, but still, if California Chrome wins, take nothing away from him. I mean, a Triple Crown winner, the first time since like 1977, can't take anything away from him. I hope he gets it done. I just have a feeling he is going to lose. I just have a bad feeling about that. Also, you have the French Open this weekend. The finals will be taking place. I'll tell you, I'm really down on tennis. What a shock on the men's side that Nadal, Novak, and Murray are all in the semifinals. I mean, the same group of players in every tournament is in the finals on the men's side. The men's side has no depth. It's had no depth for a while. I mean, going back years and years now, the men's tennis has no depth. There used to be a time where 10 different players could win these majors. Now, it's the same couple of players in every final. Nadal's in every French Open final. It's getting ridiculous after a while. And the women's side is no better. Was it a shock that Sharapova is in the finals now, that Serena Williams is out? Sharapova, the one player she can't beat is Serena Williams. She's lost like 16 times to her in a row, something like that, some crazy amount. Once Serena Williams went out in the early rounds, you knew Sharapova was going to be in the finals, and sure enough, you look up, there's Sharapova in the finals. The women's side is a little better than the men's side, but I am so down on tennis. There is no depth on the men's side, and the women's side is slightly better, but it's the same group of players all the time. I told you this last week. You don't have to watch the first week and a half of these tournaments. You kind of know who's going to be in the semifinals and the finals. It's ridiculous. But if you like tennis, you have the French Open. Also, over the weekend, you have the College Baseball World Series resuming. You might want to check that out. Congratulations to the University of Florida. They win the Women's Softball Championship. You also have some boxing over the weekend. Cotto and Martinez from Madison Square Garden. Two old warriors going at it. I don't know who has anything left in the tank here. Both of them are past their prime. Should be a pro Cotto house at the Garden. Also on Saturday, you have the USA men's national soccer team against Nigeria in Jacksonville. That's the USA's last tune-up before they head to Brazil and take on all those tough opponents they have in group play. Ghana, Portugal, and Germany. Germany won't be easy for the USA men's team, so you do have some soccer on Saturday. Some Major League Baseball series to keep an eye on. Oakland-Baltimore is an interesting series. Milwaukee-Pittsburgh. Milwaukee's still in first. Pittsburgh's starting to inch their way to 500, playing a little better. St. Louis-Toronto is interesting. St. Louis not playing all that great. Toronto is flying right now. Boston-Detroit is intriguing. And also, I was sad to see Don Zimmer passed away. Don Zimmer, a great baseball man, passed away yesterday. Sorry to see him go. Don Zimmer, you will be missed. So there you go. You guys are all caught up. You guys are all set. Remember, you got the NBA Finals tonight and Sunday. The NHL resumes on Saturday. It's too bad we got to wait 3 days for that to get going again. And, of course, you got your Belmont, you got your French Open, you got your College World Series, you got your boxing, you got your soccer, you got your baseball. A lot of stuff to watch over the weekend. I'll be back with you guys Monday. We'll recap it all. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. Enjoy the games. Talk to you Monday. Take care.